Hello and welcome to my desk. First and foremost, thank you so much, Teresa, for your mail. It's been around, I can tell, because they arrived simultaneously, and this is a birthday card that was supposed to arrive like mid-October, and this is, when it's the date, the 12th of October you sent this, and I think something must have happened in the mail, because first of all it arrived very late, and maybe it somehow got damaged, but it looks very interesting. It's very difficult for me to read the letter, but I will. Thank you so much. But look at the texture of your letter. Look at this. Isn't it funny? So I wanted to film this like very up close, because maybe it did not look like this when you shipped it off. So it's also fun for you to see. This one also got a little bit wet. I'm just gonna hide the envelope because of the address. But it held up. So, and I think it's because it's like cardstock. So maybe that's a little bit stronger. But I really think that this looks super interesting. And also, you know, the letter itself with that almost like a purple circle in the center. I hope the camera picks it up. It's just nice what's it called, like patina. So yeah, I'm gonna read it. Thank you so much. So today's painting session is inspired by Misulbu, Misulbu. He's got a YouTube channel here on YouTube, and most of his videos are titled in Chinese, so I'm not able to call out the name of his video, but I can call out the date, and today is the 7th of November 2023. So if you go to his channel, you can see, look for the date. He's got this beautiful he's such a talented artist. He's got this beautiful watercolor painting of a lady, and he had it in landscape sized, and it had leaves on the background, and I just wanted to practice the face part, so I flipped my paper around and only working on the portrait side of it, and it's because I am practicing. I really like to look for these turned faces in about 2 o'clock shade, where you can get some dark values around the nose, but it's still like bright on the side that's turned towards, could be like sunlight. And I think it's very difficult to get the sketch in place with that turned face. The eyes are not staring directly at you, so there's a lot of proportion issues. I think I spent like more than 40 minutes on working on my sketch, and mostly when I look at YouTube uploads, I get inspired to try them myself. The same with Misulbu's. I think the duration of his video was about 18 minutes. So when I looked at that, you could say rather fast video, I kind of get the feeling that, oh, it looks so easy, you know. like you fool yourself, even though you know it's not true. You fool yourself to think like, oh, he did it in like an hour, you know. I can see that he's editing out every time he dips in his palette or he takes a break or something. So when he does his uploads, it's like looking like he's got this magic brush that's this disposed paint in the hue that he needed to. But I wanted to give my Patreons some real life art with everything from start to finish. So over at my Patreon, you will see a 2.5 hour long video, because I also include the sketching phase. And I think, like I said, it was a 40-minute long sketching phase because when I'm doing portraits, it's very important for me to have done my best with my sketch, because it's so difficult for me to correct things while I'm putting paint on it. So getting the best starting point is to take that extra time and get your sketch lines the way you like it. And I'm freehand sketching. I don't use tracing paper or grit or anything, so that's also adding on to the difficulty for me to get a good sketch. But I show it all over at my Patreon and talk through all my whining about what issues I have, what kind of problems I'm running into when I'm start adding color into this face. And yeah, at least 2.5 hours is recorded, but I had some drawing sessions in between, so I would say that it took me 4 hours, and maybe 4 hours, well, because I also have some breaks, you know, I go make coffee and stuff like that. So I wanted to keep it real over at my Patreon, where I'm trying to tell people that it can take a whole day to make a drawing like this, and then you upload it in an edit form to YouTube, and it seems like, oh, she just winged it out in half an hour. So, I think that's why most people get discouraged from doing a tutorial, because midway through the tutorial they think that, oh, this is too time consuming, I'm doing something wrong because I'm so slow or something. So watching live art is a good motivator to see that it's quite normal to be a long time about doing a difficult painting. And for me, this is a super difficult painting. There is a lot of techniques that I don't have buckled in muscle memory. So, and no, I'm not self-shaming myself, so don't think that I'm too hard on myself. I'm just observing. There's a lot of observation thoughts going on in my Patreon upload of this, where I talk you guys through what's going through my mind while I'm sitting there sketching and painting. And there comes a time, it's not every time that I use a reference photo. I like to just freehand my stuff when I'm having fun. But when I want to get better at something and I want to lean against a reference picture, there will come this period, this phase, where my work on the paper is starting to take its own form and own life and start not looking like the reference picture. And what happens each time is I either panic and try to correct in, or I let it be and let it take its own shape. And in this case, I just had this observation that my facial features are less Asian than the reference picture. And I came to the conclusion that it might be because of muscle memory. I like to paint Western girls, so it's shifting to something different when you're painting people from Asia. So I find it just interesting to know that, yeah, it's just interesting to know. What else to say about this? Yeah, I'm painting with Sennelier on Arches paper. Love, love, love Arches, especially because I have a bunch of washes on this paper right here, and Arches don't peel. And I picked the Sennelier because they're good at layering. Glazing, I think some people would call it. So, yeah, I don't even know what to say. You know what, I just ended that long recording session where I really talked myself so empty, you know, like talked so much. So now I feel so lost of words. I really think it's difficult to paint nose and mouth, and in this painting here, the reference photo got an open mouth showing teeth. So I think it's a bit scary to draw and paint teeth. So I try to do my best. But if I had free choice, I really would pick images and reference photos that did not show teeth. It's just so easy to get those rapid front teeth in my situation. So I'm really careful about not giving this beautiful girl rapid teeth looking like they were thrown into her mouth from a yard away. So, yeah, I think it's so nice to paint with watercolor. I've been painting a lot with oils lately, and then you can get into this fright of, oh, did I forget how to use watercolor? You know what I mean? Like if you have really focused on one type of media for quite a while, and we have painted with oils for Kathy and I think for, is it like 46 days or something? Almost 50. So I've been working with oils for so long that I kind of felt that I need to touch base with a portrait done in watercolor just to convince myself that I did not forget. I know they say that you can transfer skills from one media to another, but I would still say that watercolor is in its range of its own. So not everything is transferable. So yeah, I think it was just I'm really glad that I took the time today and then did a portrait in watercolor just to assure my own confidence that no, I did not lose anything by focusing on oil for 50 days. It's 7 o'clock here in Denmark, and we're going to eat dinner soon, and then after that I need to paint my oil painting for today's challenge. So I feel just bummed out. So it's so tempting to just do a black circle on the canvas because I'm really tired. But let's see what I figure out to do. But it's nice to work with watercolor again. It is my favorite medium. I really love it. And I love the look of the palette. Oh, it brings joy using that ceramic mixing tray. Everything about Sennelier is just yummy. I mean, it really, I love it. This is the end of the painting. Thank you for watching. I wish you an awesome day. Bye bye.